In politics, a president's approval rating is like a report card from the American people. It's a simple number, but it carries a lot of weight, reflecting the public's trust, satisfaction, and even their frustrations with the person in the Oval Office. It shows how many think the president is doing a good job, and everyone in Washington pays attention. Lawmakers, advisors, and even foreign leaders watch these numbers closely, knowing they can shift the political landscape overnight. For President Trump, who began his second term after the 2024 election, these numbers are crucial. They're not just a measure of popularity, they're a signal of his ability to lead and push his agenda forward. Recently, there's been a lot of talk about Trump's approval ratings, which had been low for much of his term. News outlets and political analysts have debated what's behind the numbers and what they mean for the future. Low approval makes it harder to pass laws and lead effectively. When a president's numbers are down, even allies in Congress can become hesitant to support big initiatives, but a new poll suggests some voters are warming up to the president. This shift, though small, could signal a turning point as the administration tries to regain momentum. Even a small shift in approval is big news, especially with the economy in focus. The media and political strategists are quick to analyze every uptick or dip, searching for clues about what's resonating with voters. The main issue, affordability, the rising cost of living for everyday essentials like food, gas, and housing. For many Americans, these are the issues that hit closest to home and shape their opinions of the president. Many families are feeling squeezed, and Trump has made lowering these costs a top priority. He's meeting with advisors, rolling out new proposals, and promising relief to those struggling to make ends meet. This focus seems to be driving a small but significant bounce in his approval numbers. Analysts are watching to see if this trend continues, or if it's just a temporary blip. We'll dig into the new poll numbers, what they mean, and how both parties are responding. Behind the scenes, strategists are recalibrating their plans, knowing that public opinion can shift quickly. Understanding approval ratings is about more than numbers. It's about the hopes and worries of Americans. Each percentage point represents millions of voices, each with their own story and concerns. These ratings reveal what issues matter most as people judge their leader. They highlight the challenges and priorities that shape the national conversation. As the cost of living rises, the president's ability to connect with voters on this issue could define his legacy. How he responds now may be remembered for years to come. Both parties know affordability is the battleground for public opinion. Democrats and Republicans alike are crafting messages and policies to address these concerns, hoping to win over skeptical voters. The story of Trump's approval is really the story of American families and their financial anxieties. It's about the daily choices people make and the pressures they feel in an uncertain economy. That's why all eyes are on these numbers right now. Approval ratings are more than just statistics. They're a window into the nation's mood, and they could shape the next chapter in American politics. A new Reuters Codarn Ipsos poll has just been released, offering a fresh perspective on the current political climate in the United States. It gives us the latest snapshot of how Americans feel about President Trump, capturing the mood of the nation as the year draws to a close. Conducted in early December 2025, the poll found that 41% of Americans approve of Trump's job performance, while 57% disapprove, a clear majority still expressing dissatisfaction. That's a small but notable improvement from mid-November, when approval was at just 38%. The numbers may seem modest, but in the world of politics, even a few points can be significant. Even small shifts matter in politics, and this uptick has caught experts' attention, sparking new debates about what's driving the change. The poll surveyed over 4,400 adults nationwide, with a margin of error of about 2 points, making its findings both broad and statistically reliable. Despite the improvement, Trump's approval remains in negative territory. More Americans still disapprove than approve, highlighting the challenges he faces. But the real story is why the numbers are moving, and what's motivating these subtle shifts in public opinion. The poll found a significant jump in approval for Trump's handling of the cost of living, from 26% last month to 31% now, a 5-point leap that stands out. This increase suggests his focus on affordability, and economic relief is starting to resonate with more Americans, especially those feeling the pinch of rising prices. Other polls, like Fox News, also show approval rebounding from recent lows, indicating a broader trend across different segments of the population. The economy, and especially everyday prices at the grocery store and gas pump, is clearly driving these changes in public sentiment. Americans are watching closely to see if the president's promises on the economy will actually translate into real relief for their families. For Trump, even modest gains in approval can shift the political landscape, energizing his supporters and putting pressure on his opponents. The numbers show that economic messaging is starting to break through and that voters are paying attention to the details. As affordability remains front and center, these poll results could shape the months ahead, influencing both political strategy and the national conversation as the next election approaches. A big reason for Trump's rising approval is renewed enthusiasm from Republican voters. The latest poll shows a sharp increase in GOP support, especially on economic issues. Approval for Trump's handling of the cost of living jumped 10 points among Republicans. This surge reflects the party's focus on affordability after their 2024 election wins. Trump's team has hammered home a simple message: lower bills, bigger paychecks. For many Republicans, this is exactly what they wanted to hear. Earlier impatience within the party is fading as the administration doubles down on economic relief. GOP unity is strengthening Trump's position and boosting his numbers. The president's base feels heard, and that's translating into stronger support. This momentum is no accident. It's the result of targeted messaging and policy promises. As Republicans rally behind Trump, his approval rating gets a crucial lift. The party's united front on affordability is now a central pillar of his presidency. At the heart of Trump's message is a promise to make life more affordable for American families. The administration's affordability agenda aims to lower prices on everyday goods. One key move, reconsidering tariffs that can drive up costs for consumers. Trump has floated scaling back some tariffs to help lower store prices. He's also targeting high food prices, a top concern for households. In interviews, Trump has projected confidence, grading the economy as A+++++. Critics disagree, but the message is clear. Trump wants Americans to feel optimistic about their finances. This focus on affordability marks a shift from earlier positions, as the White House now frames it as a top priority. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the goal is bigger paychecks and lower prices for all Americans. The administration's direct, simple message is designed to connect with families feeling the pinch. To promote his affordability agenda, Trump is taking his message directly to the people. He's set to deliver a major speech on the economy in Pennsylvania, a key battleground state. Pennsylvania's working-class families are often hit hardest by rising costs, making it a strategic choice. The White House says the speech will be positive and focused on economic solutions, not attacks. Trump will highlight efforts to help families with high living costs, reinforcing his message of relief. Speaking in Pennsylvania lets Trump connect national policies to local realities. This direct engagement helps voters feel seen and heard. The timing is crucial, coming just after a bump in his approval ratings. A successful speech could build momentum and further boost his standing. For Trump, this is a pivotal moment to solidify support for his economic vision. While Trump pushes his affordability agenda, Democrats offer a starkly different view. They argue Trump's policies aren't helping ordinary Americans, who still struggle with high costs. Democrats blame the administration for rising prices in housing, healthcare, and groceries. Leaders like Pennsylvania's Lieutenant Governor Austin Davis say Trump is out of touch with families' struggles. Recent Democratic election wins, fueled by a focus on affordability, have energized the party. Both parties are now battling over the same issue, but with very different stories. Republicans claim Trump's agenda is the solution. Democrats say he's the cause of the problem. This clash over affordability is shaping the political debate. Each side is racing to convince voters their plan will truly help. The fight over economic reality is just getting started. To understand the affordability debate, we need to look at the numbers. The key metric, inflation, the rate at which prices rise. Recent Labor Department data shows inflation at 3% year-over-year in September 2025, up slightly from August. Even small increases hit families hard, fueling political tension. Polls show most Americans view the economy negatively, blaming Trump more than his predecessor. This widespread dissatisfaction is a major challenge for the president. The public is holding the administration accountable for high prices. That's why Trump's team is laser-focused on affordability. To improve approval ratings, they must convince voters they have a real plan to fight inflation. The numbers behind the headlines are driving the political narrative. America's political landscape is split between two economic stories, each told with conviction and urgency. Trump and Republicans tout a strong, improving economy, pointing to record stock market highs, low unemployment, and rising approval as proof their plan is working for the country. Democrats, on the other hand, see an economy where families are struggling with soaring costs, stagnant wages, and say Trump is out of touch with everyday Americans. Both sides use facts and figures to support their arguments, but they focus on different realities, often talking past each other rather than finding common ground. Republicans highlight job growth, business optimism, and market strength as evidence of success. Democrats point to rising prices for basics like food, rent, and medicine, arguing that prosperity isn't reaching everyone. For voters, it's confusing. Two parties, two versions of reality, each backed by passionate supporters and persuasive messaging. The debate isn't just about policy but about how to measure well-being and what truly matters in people's daily lives. The party that wins the argument over affordability and economic security could win the next election, shaping the nation's future. This battle over economic perception is fierce, emotional, and ongoing, with both sides fighting for the public's trust. Americans are left to decide which story matches their own experience, weighing promises against their daily realities. The outcome of this debate will shape the country's direction for years to come, influencing policy and priorities. In the end, the side that truly connects with voters' daily struggles and hopes will have the advantage at the ballot box. In politics, it always comes back to the economy and the pocketbook issues people face daily. Trump's recent approval bump shows his economic message is connecting, especially with his base. Both parties know affordability is the key to winning public support. Democrats have also found success by focusing on high costs and challenging Trump's narrative. The debate over the economy will remain at the center of American politics. Approval ratings reflect the national mood and people's financial anxieties. Whether Trump's numbers keep rising depends on whether families feel real relief. For now, the story of his presidency is tied to the price of groceries and gas.